Okay, now that we've discussed so much English, this video is going to be very interesting and very different. Ask me why. Because this video is primarily dedicated to all the Indian viewers, because whatever you will hear and see in this video happens only in India. Tada! So yes, so there are certain colloquial phrases which apparently only Indians use, and yes, you will be so surprised to know that they are actually typically colloquial Indian phrases, and as far as English is concerned, they are not as correct. So yes, so let us learn about colloquial Indian phrases and Indianism, because this happens only in India. Okay, so you all are once again most welcome to Tutorials Point. Let's go ahead and learn about what happens only in India. I belong to Delhi. Okay, I don't belong to Delhi, but haven't you heard this phrase? Well, yes, definitely. We Indians especially are so possessive of our hometown, of our native area, that we just belong to that area. But in reality, as far as English grammar is concerned, you don't belong to a particular area, because Delhi is not just yours. Delhi is a homeland to many other people, or for that matter any state, or for that matter even India. It is a homeland to billions and billions of people. It doesn't just belong to you, so it's not your possession. So technically, using I belong to a particular area is not correct. I am from Delhi, or I am from India, or I am from Mumbai, or whichever area that you want to name. So I belong to India only happens in India, and it is not as correct. My teacher is sitting on my head. Yes, again a very commonly definitely used sentence, which I'm sure you all would have heard of, and it actually is sort of a literal translation of Hindi as वो तो मेरे सिर पे बैठी हुई है, मेरी टीचर तो मेरे सिर पे बैठी रहती है. So we convert it into English and we call it as my teacher is sitting on my head. Well, in reality, if your teacher happens to sit on your head, my dear, then what is the need of the desk or the dais which the teacher is provided with, right? Don't you think so? And if by any chance, if your teacher is really overweight, well, then you can imagine your condition, what it is going to be like. Well, yes, so that was on a lighter note. Now, my teacher is sitting on my head. What we actually want to convey is that maybe your teacher is sort of pestering you, or your teacher is giving you a tough time, or she's been bugging you, or he's been bugging you for quite some time. Yes, that is what we want to convey, but this is what we end up saying, because this happens only in India. So yes, so we are not going to use this phrase anymore. We'll try not to use it anymore, and we will use a better grammatically correct phrase, which is maybe my teacher is pestering me, or he or she's been bugging me, or she's been giving me a tough time, or however you want to present it, but definitely your teacher cannot sit on your head. My friend is eating my brain. My God, वो ना मेरा दिमाग खा रही थी. Again, this also happens only in India. So yes, yet another very colloquial Indian phrase which we just love to use, but yes, is not as grammatically correct, because technically if your friend had to eat your brain, why would that person even need to get food from outside? Don't you think your brain would be really wholesome meal for anybody? Well, actually that is not how it happens. Yes, this is yet another very colloquial phrase, and we do use it day in day out. So yes, you could change it, and probably whatever the situation is, maybe your friend is irritating you, or my friend won't just stop talking. Maybe your friend has been chit-chatting for quite some time, and that is giving you a tough time, or maybe that is giving you a bad headache or something. So yes, that is how you could present it. Well, definitely, if your friend ends up eating your brain, for sure you won't be alive anymore. So yes, a very colloquial Indian phrase, and definitely we should avoid using it. Side please. Don't we all just love to be so chivalrous? Don't we all just love to be So humble, so formal, so sweet. Side please. Well, side please is the Indian version of excuse me. Well, whenever we need to probably make our way through something or some area or some place which is clustered by people, that is when you call side please. Well, side please, we assume it to be very formal and very correct, but it is not. So side please is the Indian version of excuse me. And if you don't want to sound typical colloquial Indian, and you don't want to end up making a grammatical, don't want to sound as grammatically inappropriate, well, then you might want to use excuse me or excuse me. So that is a better way of asking somebody to probably move aside. Yaar, I went there, yaar, but that he didn't turn up, yaar. What do I do now? Very commonly used again. I mean, I think in the near future, yaar definitely is going to be included in all the dictionaries, including Cambridge and Macmillan and so many other dictionaries, because we so overuse it. So yes, this is yet another Hindi word which means friend, but it is so commonly used in the English language and only happens in India because no one in this world is as bright and as smart as we Indians are, especially as far as our English skills are concerned. So yes, yet another colloquial Indian word which we end up using. Nothing is coming in my head. My God. What had to come to your head, Ray? What did you want to learn, Ray? What were you expecting? So yes, yet another very colloquial Indian phrase, nothing is coming in my head, which actually is a literal translation of मेरे दिमाग में कुछ आ ही नहीं रहा था जब मुझे वो सवाल पूछ रहे थे, right? This is what is going on in our mind and it comes out as nothing is coming in my head. Well, technically nothing else can come in your head apart from the brain which you've been gifted by nature. So yes, nothing should actually also come into your head, but yes, I wasn't able to recollect anything or nothing that I'm reminded of, or basis the situation you could change it, but definitely this phrase is extremely colloquial and it again only happens in India. Cousin sister and cousin brother. Yes, yet another very commonly used Indian phrase or colloquial Indian phrase. So actually any person or your sibling who are your blood relations are actually your brothers and sisters. Apart from that, rest all of them are your cousins. They are not your cousin sisters or cousin brothers according to proper technical English. This per se is not a blunder, but this is again a very Indian way of saying. Most, you in all likelihood you won't hear almost any other person outside India using this cousin brother or cousin sister. So it is completely your discretion. If you don't want to sound completely Indian, don't use it. If you want to sound Indian, well then go ahead and use it. Take it as a pride. Auntie or uncle? Wow. Auntie, your dress is amazing. Uncle, what happened? You gained weight. How good are we in quickly, nicely just making relationships and ending up offending people? Don't you think it is really offending to hear that? Auntie, oh my God, she called me an auntie. Don't you think it gives the person whom you're addressing a very tough time? Yes, it does. And should we avoid it? Yes, we should. Because for all you may know, you never even know how it is, how these words would be perceived or how would they be received by the people, with whom you are associating them. So if you want to avoid people getting offended, please do not use this auntie or uncle, because only and only your first relations who are connected to you, for example, could be a maternal auntie, maternal, which means someone who is your mom's sister or mom's, who is related to your mother from your mother's side. So that person could be your maternal aunt or paternal aunt or maternal or paternal uncle. So that is how it is. Well, yeah, definitely avoid using it. It really gives them a very tough time. They end up getting into a complex, and definitely we would not love to do that, because the cycle of karma is unending and it might as well come to you someday. So if you don't want that to happen to you, don't do it to others. Like that only. He is like that only, Ray. That is it. So like that only is yet another something, yet another phrase which again happens only in India, and it is a translation of वो तो ऐसा ही है, वो तो ऐसी ही है, right? So that is when we convert it into English and we use it like that only. Well, again, it is not a blunder per se, but yes, it is not a very, very appropriate way of sort of, conveying your opinion. So that is how he or she reacts most of the times, or I think that is his or her true nature. That is what his or her tendencies are. So yes, you could use it in any other way which is appropriate according to the context, but like that only, the moment you hear someone saying this, well, you for sure know that they are true Indians by heart, because this is so very commonly used by all of us. Well, I'm sure all these phrases would be very, very enlightening for you, and you would have realized by now that this happens only in India, and because this happens only in India, and some of them are really, really long, wrong and colloquial, and if you wish to avoid using them, you're most welcome, because that is what the idea of this entire video was. I'm sure it was a great learning for all of you all. And yes, I will see you again in the next video with yet another amazing and enlightening topic. Till that time, keep learning with Tutorials Point and Tutorix. Have a good day.